Let's roll! Alright.
Yeah, I've never been to one.
Did you hear about the cosplay cat event at the Pink Lady Cafe happening tomorrow?
Yeah, I've never been to one. Do you plan on going?
It's apparently for a good cause, so it'll totally be worth it.
Michaela, with your words.
Of course it'll be worth it. The Pink Lady Cafe makes the best drinks and pastries.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing and seeing. A cosplay cat cafe event? At the Pink Lady Cafe? Namine, who work at the cafe in question, haven't told me about it. And she was one of my best friends. Even before she started working there, she and I had always frequently go to the Pink Lady Cafe for fun and relax a cup of coffee. Despite the slight betrayal I felt, I decided to text her quickly to sign into my messenger. Namine?
Hey, what's up?
I heard there's an event happening at the Lady Cafe tomorrow.
Yeah, the Perfect Service event.
Wait. The what now?
Hold on, let me call you.
At the moment later, my phone just began to buzz, rushing me to answer quickly, knowing exactly who it is. Please explain.
Okay, so Kay wanted to do something special at the cafe this month, and since a new cat rescue showed up nearby, we decided to make a special charity event for it.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah! Half of the sales we make will go towards the rescue, and we'll even be hosting some adoptable kittens in case anyone wants to adopt.
That's awesome! So, why didn't you tell me about it? Namine laugh on the other line, despite how serious her best friend betrayed.
I'm sorry. I've been so busy trying to organize everything that I forgot to let anyone really know about it. Did you find one of the posters for it?
Yeah, it was hanging up on the high school I saw it on my way back from the store. But that's so cool for you organizing it.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Huh? Hold on, getting another call. From Suzu?
Put her on! A click was the turn on the relay.
So, what the heck is this about a cat cafe thing at the Pink Lady Cafe?
Hey, Suzu. I, forgot to tell both of you.
Both us?
Hey, Suzu!
Holy shit, Anderson! Hey! It's been forever.
Yeah, I called Nominee as well about the event.
Thanks for telling us, Patterson.
What is with you and using last names?
Despite it, we shall laugh together and hear each other's voices once again. Our lives were hectic that was barely had time to get together at all. Who had ever fought at a cat cafe event who would cause a connection at once? Again.
So this cosplay thing, are you involved?
I'm just organizing it.
Damn it.
However, all of our main floor staff had scheduled that day off, so it was hard to figure out how to make it work.
Jeez, that sucks big time.
Yeah, luckily, Kay made a few phone calls, and we have some volunteers who agreed to help us.
Really? Well, that's pretty damn lucky. Glad everything worked out, huh?
But Nominee, do you have to plan the part of the event too?
Oh, does that mean we get to see Kitty Naomi? Wow.
Oh, no. I'll be helping the chefs in the back the entire time. Trinity and Quinn need all the help they can get for this event.
That's fair. I'll stop by and check the event for a bit.
I can't. I'm upset that I can't go. I want to see the cat.
Casino work?
Yeah, stupid meetings and business deals. The works. Anderson, you better have a crap ton of fun for me, alright? And take some pictures of the cat.
I promise, Suzu.
I'll make a reservation for you. I can tell there will be a lot of people coming, so it's best to be prepared.
So it was set. I was going to visit a cat cosplay cafe event. I wonder how the Pattersons is going to serve, since they have ideas of cosplay cafe only popular at the anime conventions. Oh god. At the same time, I'm kind of excited going for the cat cafe with some people serving us food. sounded like a wonderful day. A part of me wonder what servant will be like. What would they wear? Cat cosplay stuff? Continue on my day. I imagine the event. I would cuddle and play with the cats, be serving delicious cafe food and desserts, and see adorable cosplays. At the same time, I wouldn't bother the boys who live with me about it. After all, they're incubies. I doubt they knew anything about cosplay cafes. And they seem too busy to own their own works to really give much a thought. I went to bed dreaming about it.
Are you sure they will work?
Man, screw your pronoun game, Eric. What are you talking about?
These, Sam, and yes, Eric, they should be suitable.
What the hell?
How do you even use those?
It's really simple. Here, let me show you.
Wow, those look real.
You gotta use those the whole day?
Yes, Sam, it's for a good cause. You know this, or else you wouldn't have volunteered.
It's alright. Sam's just a chicken.
You wanna say that again, you little runt? What?
That's enough. It's just one day, Sam. It will not hurt to just...
Can I have these?
Huh? Yeah, sure.
Someone's a little upset. Waking up that morning, I was surprised that the fountain was completely empty. The incubi I live with usually have the time to leave the house for work, but I didn't hear any of them in the mansion at all. Even walking down these stairs felt empty. I made my way down to the dining room, seeing a small plate of food made for me and a note. Please have a nice day. Here's some breakfast for you to get started. I smiled and they're all so sweet to me still. I checked my phone to note the time, calculated on my head as long it would take to get to the Pink Cafe. And that will work. I need to do. Now, fucking names. Nominate schedule for me for 12:30 slot. So I need enough time to clean the house a bit, and find a nice clothes to wear. While I smile, I begin my day urgent to take my time to make sure the mansion was clean and my choice of clothes are perfect for playing the cats and eating delicious cafe food. It was a good thing I had a resolution. Holy shit! That's a huge line! I had to squeeze through in front of the door to the desk knowing that my resolution is privacy ticket in. Yeah. That fucking name. Hi. My name is Abigail. Reserved by nominee.
Oh, yes, you're right on time. Who would you like to be served by?
Wait, huh? Can you repeat that?
Our tables are separated into sections and are being served by 5 special tomcats this afternoon. We have Mr. Gold, Mr. Sweet, Mr. Tough, Mr. Meow, and Mr. White. Did you have a preference of whom you'd like to serve you?
I was surprised. All male servants? No wonder there were so many women in the line staring out the windows to pass the kittens. I shook my head and thought I said, Hold on. I made it! Oh, damn. Alright, back up. Alright. Let's go with Mr. Sweet. I led at the booth to give the menu to cat treats. As I sat down in my chair, noted the kittens and cats who were wandering around the muzz of people or simply watching the Patreons in the midcross. I was greeted by the rather welcoming orange cat, wearing him releasing a meow at my presence and nuzzling my nip of approval of my company. I giggled and felt him as some treat, and I was the words of our service.
It would seem Eros approves of your being in his booth, Your Highness.
Huh? Ah! I quickly turned to see Eric, my charming husband, dressed as a servant with red cat ears in his head, looking at me if his destiny is on. Eric, what are you doing here?
I was asked to volunteer some time here for the event with my brothers, and we all agreed since we knew the owner. However, we didn't expect you to come, Highness.
My lips were pured at him. It hurt that I didn't tell him. He didn't tell me how he was working. Then, again, I didn't tell him I was coming. I let out a sad sigh and simply smiled at him, looking natural at the cat ears so much that I didn't feel surprised to see them with his head for the event. You look handsome, Eric, especially with those ears. Eric smiled and bowed graciously, making me giggle and awkwardly gentle. He definitely knew how to please a crowd. The customers around us were smiling and giggling at the sight as well.
I always aim to please. Now, how may I serve you?
I looked away for a moment to look at the menu. Whoa, 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 whoa! Stop that! There were so many options I couldn't decide. I'm not sure. What will you recommend?
Well, Your Highness, I would recommend the Passionate Tea as a perfect beverage.
Damn it!
It's a rooibos tea with a lovely mixture of berry and orange flavors.
That actually does sound good. I couldn't help but nod the delighted description. It sounds perfect indeed for the day. Arias, the cat, who started sitting with me, giving me a small meow and approval as well, making me and Eric laugh a bit.
Very well. One passionate tea coming right up.
I don't usually drink tea, but Eric bowed and made his way to the kitchen, giving others a chance to stunt over and curled up on my lap in a different pearl. Aren't you a charmer? I let my attention be claimed by the cat on my lap, petting him and feeding him cat treats for fun. As I wait for my order to be fulfilled, I halfway considering adopting him because how much he resembles Eric. Then again, 2 Erics in one house? Ugh, that would be horrible. I shook my head and laughed before I looked up to watch the man on my mind serves everyone in sections of the perfect charm and poster earn his few smooth glance at patrons. Eric finally made his way to me. Couldn't help but smile teasily at him.
Your drink, Highness? Whatever is the matter?
Oh, you're quite popular with the patrons, Eric. I must say, I'm a little jealous. Of course I meant it as a joke. I knew Eric was forever faithful to me, and I love eternally. However, it's fun to poke fun at my charming mask when I knew exactly who resembles underneath. I chuckled and gave him a small rub to Era's head before taking a sip of my tea. And my drink in my taste, it was indeed a crease of my day. What broke me out of my delicate spot to the sound of patrons around us, gasping and screaming from joy and when it caused me, I looked away from my tea and curious. Huh? My eyes widened at the sight of Eric, mumbling ever, and his knees bowed as I hold my hand tightly to me.
Highness, there may be many whom I serve today, but know that I serve you for all of eternity as your loving servant.
I instantly became flustered at the glance. Everyone started staring at us, and I could hear my heartbeat in my head. Eric!
Please, allow me your hand.
Fuck. Out of pure instinct, I gently laid my hand on his, wondering what exactly he would do, as he couldn't make me blush any harder. But he did. Indeed, he did. I hate this. Eric softly smiled and gently kissed over my knuckles, right against the ring on my finger, as sealed his love to my skin and with his lips. My cheeks were beyond warm, and I felt my heart race against the Patreons around us, whooping and whooping at the sight. Damn it, Eric! Why do you must do this? Why do I love every bit of it? I couldn't help stop smiling in pride as he set passionate lips on my hand. I hate you. I hate myself. I hate myself for that. Shit. Yeah.
Did you hear about the cosplay cat?
Load. We go to load. We go there. Alright. Let's go with Mr. White. I led her to both of the menu. I felt with the couple. I stand, of course, on my table, and I sat pressured at my servants. Of course, I had to control myself. It's okay. There's cats everywhere. One's about to. At my voice, the pure white cat trolled over at my look at me, settling to sit at my feet, welcoming meow. I naturally cool at the side and lower my hand, letting him sniff and nuzzle it gently with a smiling gaze, feeding him some treats. Hopefully, he will stay for a while.
Oh, hello.
Huh? I looked up with a fellow compliment I did not expect. Oh! He's so cute! There stood Damien, dressed as a servant, grabbing the adorable cat ears on his head, holding the menu with a smile. I was stunned at the sight. I couldn't help internally squeak identically. But why was he at the event? Damien, what are you doing here? Damien smiled and chuckled a bit. His ears, our head twitched as it zooms at my surprise.
Well, I was asked to volunteer my time for the event, and since it was for a good cause, I couldn't say no. So here I am. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, I absolutely do not mind. Oh, no, it's fine. It's very sweet of you to volunteer on the event like this. I was just surprised, you know? Damien nodded and passed the menu to me, standing up straight like a perfect servant.
Well then, what would you like to order? I'd like to recommend the Pearl White tea with a rose cake slice.
God damn, that's so good. That sounds delicious. I did not want to look at the menu just the sound of it. That sounds absolutely perfect, Damien. Mr. White. I'll go with that. Damien nodded and gave me a small bow before walking towards the kitchen to reserve my order. But, oh no, there's no but. I practically stared at the image of my mind like cake and my tea. My mouth fought broken with a meow to feel a friend turn up before he bounced on my table and curled up a ball, completely as he was with. Aww. My dog's still better, hands down. But I couldn't help to pet him, tearing his pillow from his body. At my petting, I was constant company and had to be patient in my wait. Once in a while, I would pet my cat, feeling his head, licking or nuzzling my head. He was rolling on his back, rubbing his stomach briefly for a moment. My thoughts adopting him crossed my mind. I would have to talk to Damien first. We would be able to take care of him. Just let me fodder the amount of felt melts in my head, back in my mind. I was listening to cafe music and just relaxing.
Your tea and cake?
Oh! I looked away from the cat friend and see Damien holding the tray of tea and cake, slowly placing on my table once at a time. The tea smelled absolutely amazing. The cake was perfect angled with glorious decorations. Wow, this looks amazing.
I'm glad. I hope you enjoy it. Huh?
Damien stopped and looked over at my table, laying on his eyes as the curly cat on my ball in awe. Huh? What is it, Damien? Damien didn't reply. It simply warmed his smile and gazed his lips at the sight. I was awakened by Damien's gaze. The cat stretched, sat up, and looked up and curious. It's like magnet. The cat slowly walked over to the edge of the table and Damien scratched at his hand. Both made contact and nuzzed the nose with his finger affectionately, earning his soft giggle from Damien. My heart screamed at the sight. I knew it. I knew Damien was supposed to be working, but seeing him becoming entertained to me too. Cool. What? Oh, that is not what I want. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, this was unexpected.
Yes. Damien nodded and, not wanting to disturb the cat in his arms, at the curling up, began to sleep peacefully in his arms, not like it was in. I watched and smiled, letting my heart fluttered for the both sight of Damien and the cat, and the love I felt for the man before me. I hope the cat is pure white. That fucking can't talk. I hope that the cat would have pure white dreams, just like I did whenever I was wrapped in Damien's arms. I love it. I love this picture. Alright,
Did you hear about the cosplay cat event at the pink?
shut up. Yes. We're gonna do one more. And that is Mr. Gold. Let's see what happens. One such cat is a small black cat with orange and white spot nuzzled against my foot and sat next by my chair, comfortably on my comfortable at my company. It was not hard not to squeal in excitement.
Excuse me.
That voice. Oh my god!
Oh no!
I turned my head as total shocked to see James at the service cafe, with cat ears that looked at me in shock. James, what are you doing here? There's no way he was served. He was in the Anderson Toy Company. What was he doing at the Lady Cafe? At this rate, James gave me his charmed smile and soft giggle.
I believe I was about to ask you the same thing, but knowing that you were friends with Naomi, I am not surprised to assume you had a reservation.
I nodded to him in comfort. He guesses. With his guesses. However, I couldn't stop staring at his ears. They flickered suddenly on his head, as if they are not actual life, as James stared down at me with a smile. Yeah, I had a resolution. You're one of the servants here, though? I could not believe it. James nodded in reply.
Yes, I was asked to volunteer today. Being that Kay is an acquaintance, I couldn't say no. So, for today, I am Mr. Gold, Tomcat of the Pink Lady Perfect Service event. Yes, I was asked to volunteer.
It was with a perfect smile and a nod. He placed his glass water on my table and stood at attention.
Yeah. Is there anything you would like me to fetch for you this afternoon?
What do you recommend? I was flabbergasted, but I didn't want to top up all this time. He did have to serve other people after all. But damn cat, those damn cat ears. Oh, I love James. He's so handsome. James' lips curved up in a bit, as he knew exactly awestruck by the sight of him. Before he cleared his throat and snapped me out of the flax of his ears.
Well, since it is lunchtime, I would recommend a Cat Cafe sandwich and some warm amber tea. A perfect black and honey bush tea blend with soft hints of chocolate, vanilla, and cinnamon.
All those three are perfect. My mouth was watering at the sound. Without second thought, I nodded. That sounds perfect. I would love that, please. James nodded and bowed from his waist, giving me a perfect view of the cat ears on his head.
Right away.
Ugh. I watched him walk away as I stunned once again, his tail attached to his waist, moving as well like it's life. Oh dear lord. And I shift my chair to relax and try to claim my surprise. Or try to calm my surprise. James was being a Tomcat server. Yeah. It was rather sweet of him to consider it, but I never knew that I never would have expected him to go all in with it. Then again, it was James. He always excel at everything thrown at him. That was why I fell in love with him after all. The cat that sat beside the chair quickly hopped on the table, curled himself up to my I don't know that word. Watched me patiently. I could smile at him and pet him softly, hearing his purrs at my touch. I became distant when I fed him. Some treats, and simply ran my fingers through his fur. It made me think for a moment of adopting him.
Your tea?
I looked at see James carrying the delicious-looking sandwich and present me with wonderful romantic electrical tea. Chocolate, vanilla, danced through the air into her son and I was hooked into it. Just the sight of him holding the tea alone was picture perfect. How the hell was this man able to exert in such a cute display? My goodness, that just smells good. I mean, Mr. Gold. James gave me a small smirk and the name before breakfast is the tea and sandwich put down in front of me.
Is there anything else you'd like from the menu? A dessert, perhaps?
I quickly looked down at the menu and read every cafe they offer. When there's nothing coming to mind, I shook my head. No, I'm good for now. Thank you. James nodded his head before taking off one of his hand on his ring to kiss his ring that glanced at my wedding ring, cause blushing grows on my cheek as his hips left the diamond. He locked knowing his warm grains into mine.
As you wish. Please, ring the bell on your table if you need anything else of me. That also includes if you wish to touch my ears.
No, I want to touch them! Damn it! And all of a sudden he began to think of everything I want from him, this man. Even as a cat, James is absolutely perfect. Every servant's customer found myself staring. I barely noticed myself purring in approval of him and his amber gaze. Damn it! Damn it is a correct word. Since I already done this. Strawberry!
Thank you very much, Masters. I hope you have a splendid evening.
Diana!
Ugh. That should be the last set of customers. Finally.
Oh, admit it. You enjoyed it.
Don't be foolish, Sarah. I'm merely assisting during a time of need for a charitable event. I did not enjoy myself.
Are you sure about that?
You doubt me, husband.
If I may be so forward, I do indeed.
Oh, shit!
After all, you decided to trick everyone and use magic instead of wearing fake cat ears.
Oh my god, that is... Oh my god. No! Shit! You cheap bastard.
Stop that. I was not going to suffer wearing fake ears all day.
As you say, love. Now, shall we return home? Isaiah?
In a moment. For now, just keep petting my head. Just do it, Sarah.
As you wish.
And this is why you don't wear cat ears.
Did you hear about the cosplay cat event?
Alright. Let's go. Mr. Tough, I know who that is. I led to the booth, like wondering, and I was led to the booth of my own. Puff Brown Cat made his way over and proceeded to try to steal my seat, causing of me to hostile laugh a bit. I took the advantage and took the seat opposite of the cat. I not wanting to lose such a cute company despite his invitation. My resolution: he could help pass the time as I wait for my service, Mr. Tough.
Doofus!
I heard that voice, instantly recognized it. Huh? Oh, hey! My eyes locked and gazed at Sam, my husband, dressed as a service cat, with cat ears on his head. I was stunned and speechless. My mouth was open as to say something, but I'm unable to recall anything.
You freaking doofus! How did you... Wait. Isn't one of your friends the manager? God damn...
Sam was flustered, gripped the menu as his hand. It was almost damaging Crib as he attempts to form actual sense. However, as he gazes at the wall, he has medical cat ears twitching at his head. So, you're Mr. Tough. His service name made Sam turn his gaze and back at me, and his blushed face with a small smile grew on my face slightly. I is such a stubborn guy, and I damn it, I love him. The cat who sat with me obviously interfered with the situation and meowed loudly towards Sam. Because of him, he stands straight and gazed at him in return.
Oh, shut up, you!
Sam slowly lifted the menu to me and to take, trying to recognize his composure. At least whatever composure he has, supposed to the service at the cat cosplay cafe.
Welcome to the Perfect Service event. What can I get you?
I can think of you. Letting out with a chuckle, I took the menu and looked through the option. There's a couple items with a magic wand next to the title, including the option to decide to go with. I think I'll go with the Hard Emerald Tea.
What?
My shouting gaze looked back at him, seeing my semi-scared expression at my choice. What? What's bad? Sam put his lips together, and his inner face suddenly turned as red as tomato, before letting out an expression of scream and sigh into a cell, which before surprisingly made the patrons around us laugh at the sight.
Are you sure?
I have seen this. I have seen this through. I want to know exactly what's wrong with my choice. Yes, Mr. Chaw. I'd Hard Emerald Tea, please. Sam gave me a look of both a scream. Why must you hurt me? And I will get revenge on for this later. Both making me laugh and stutter at my thoughts. Sam quickly walked off to refill my odor, leaving me in my imagination. I was quickly in it. What made it special? What's the magic wand meaning? I felt the cats who sat with me, hearing in Pearl appreciation my gift before hearing clearly the embarrassment of him throat beside me. I looked over in the confused once again. There's Sam standing with a cup of emerald green tea. That was fast, but what's with the gazing?
Your tea. It's a specialty, okay? So it requires something special.
Thank you? Sam lowered the tea on the table, led his hand towards, making me that much more confused. What is he doing?
Okay, so hold your hands out and repeat after me. Meow meow blast pew pew pew.
Okay, whatever he said, he had to hear it louder and clearer. I must have been silent. It must have been deaf silence before me, but I was too amused to care. What did you say? I couldn't hear you. Sam guys at me, give me his teeth. Sam, you're mumbling. What are you saying?
Just fucking do the
In the field of Sam began to make a cute hand sign at the T, spilling in the middle, slipping in the middle finger sign at it before setting out to sign the curl over himself, and his arms crossed to gaze at the ground. Patreon around us laughed quietly. Obviously, you go away. What do you want? Okay, whatever. I'll look at it later. I couldn't help concern to escape me. Sam looked up at me with the grin teeth. Sam, I love you, you big adorable dork. And suddenly his blushing mess again, trying to be angry at me, but unable to keep the gaze from the face more than a moment.
God damn it, I love you too.
The moment he made me as a being, and Beam and I was lucky to have him every day, one of my one and only. It's like the hard emerald love, beauty, and rough, a little rough around the edge, but perfect for me.
Did you hear about the cost?
Alright, we're doing more. I said I was gonna be done with it, but no. Okay. We done you, we done you, we done you, we done you. So, Matthew's next. There's kittens and energetic bounced on the table and led to the happy towards me, watching as I giggle sit down. Why, hello there. I gently pet the cat and fed it some treats, patiently waiting for my servant, Mr. Meow. It was a cute name. I had to admit it.
Oh, hey.
Huh? I looked over, become stunned. Aww. Oh, he's so cute. Matthew, my husband and my best friend in the world, was dressed as a servant's outfit and material cat ears on his head, both twitching happily and excited expression, and gave me a gaze from the ears myself. Matthew, what are you doing here?
Well, I was asked to volunteer and stuff, so I just kinda did, you know? Hey, did Naomi get you a reservation, or did you have to wait in that long line?
Now literally reserved for me. I can barely take it. Matthew looks so cute in his outfit and ears. I couldn't help but reach to pet him.
Hey, come on. I have a job to do, okay? Now, what can I get for you today? Yeah?
No! I giggled and looked at the menu, reading some unique choices. I finally nodded the sound of them. The sweet chocolate chime, please. Matthew's face brightened up a bit, and his blush was simply grin and nod.
You got it. One perfect sweet chocolate chai coming right up.
I was close. Matthew bowed slightly before rushing to the kitchen to get my order. After he left my sight, I turned my eyes to the menu and read my order. Huh. There's a magic wand next to the name. I wonder what that means. I lower the menu and lure to the cute cat on my table over with the treat, with a happy purr and sunning over and nuzzling my hand, affection nibbling the treat politely in my hand. I couldn't help but mentally, don't know that word, at the sight, imagining myself adopting him for a small moment. Then again, I had Simon and Simon, who knows what to do for a new pet. I regardless myself to pet my new friend for a head while I wait for my drink, curious of what would it taste like.
Here you are. One perfect sweet chocolate chai.
I smiled and turned to see Matthew holding a warm cup of tray on me, and he placed it down on the table below his tray floor.
So this tea is very special, okay? It requires a magical cat spell to make it absolutely delicious. Yeah.
Oh god, that was adorable, and out of the blue, I stared at him, suddenly a blush crashed across my cheek as he held his hand and curled like a cat from him.
Are you ready? The spell is Meow Meow Blast. Pew pew pew.
Yeah, sure, I'm ready. I held my hand up like he was unable to fulfill. I was.
All right.
Nope, I'm not done. I was about to do some sort of cute magic spell in the cafe.
All right. Meow Meow Blast. Pew pew pew.
Oh, he's so cute. Matthew cutely pawed at the air before making his heart symbol at the T and wiggling his hand to cast to the spell. I followed along the best as I could without laughing at myself. To my surprise, the steam rays of the cup swirled with a heart shape in the air before hypnotizing. What?
Ta-da! Meow, it's perfect. I hope you enjoy it.
Goddamn! Oh, God, Matthew, that was so cute. That spell was totally doing his doing. I smiled and giggled at him, earning a warm smile in return. Thank you, Matthew. I'm positive I'll enjoy it. Matthew chuckles and rubs his hair a bit, and his ears twitches from his delight with my words. My heart swelled at sight. I absolutely loved him, and I'm sure this persona is his words stick to us for after a while. The worst, even if it was over. It's just too cute to simply to forget. For now, he would be Mr. Meow soon. Though he would be my Matthew, warm up to my sweet embrace. Alright, one more.
Hear about the cosplay cat?
Shut up. One more, and that is all of them, I do believe. While I love to support my goals, I need to see the cats for Zuzu's sake for anything. The host nodded and gazed, but followed towards the slide. I can't. With a large area of cats, some meowed at my approach, while others just watching curious. The host quickly handed me a cat treat. Cat treats to Grizz and Nugged where I was allowed to sit. Thank you. The host nodded in return and went to the front of the room while I sat down on the ground with the cats. I nuzzled with some of them nuzzled up to eager to take some treats while others sat with me in return. I only giggled and pet so many as possible. Fed those who came to nuzzle and relax with me.
Huh? Hey!
I looked up at my spot, pitting in the gaze that I did not expect. Oh, the boys! All 5 Inker brothers dressed as service cats, its ears and boots. I stood together, and gazed at me in shocked. Guys, what are you doing here?
We should be asking you that, Doofus.
Well, I believe Naomi, the organizer, is a friend. So a reservation, perhaps?
That would make sense.
Damien, however, joined me and sat down on the rug, attached to the cuddle of the cats to have nuzzle curled against his leg.
Damien?
Let him have a moment with the cats. He hasn't been able to pet them since we started. A small break for him should be fine.
Yeah! After Perangela in his section nodded, frustrated and agree, watching as and recording the servants playing with the cats and entertaining expressions sprayed over the collection's faces. Matthew grinned and rushed over to knee beside me, petting the cats on my lap.
Are you thinking about adopting a cat?
Maybe. Don't know yet. I looked down at the cats around me. They simply smile at the sight. I had to seriously think about the responsibility involved having a cat before making that choice. But for now, however, this event is good to relax the place, to enjoy myself and Kermit that. I looked at the boys and grinned on my face. You all look so cute, by the way. Each of the boys blushed and feasted. Damien and Matthew grew a shy smile as Sam turned his head, looked away from me as a grunt. James and Eric simply smiled back in valid appreciation.
You flatter us, Highness.
Stop it. Then I popped to the idea. I quickly slipped my phone out of my pocket and grinned ear to ear. Each boy focused on my hands and questioned, "Can I get a quick picture of all of you, please?" The boys looked at each other, slightly curious of the question, honestly themselves. Damien and Matthew were the first to speak.
Why not?
Yeah! Commemorative photo!
Woohoo!
If you really wanna.
Yeah!
It's just a picture, Sam. Nothing to groan about.
Yeah.
Let's be quick so we can get back to work.
With a corrosive nod, the boys quickly gather around him with a photo. Together with photos, some near of it stood quickly rushed over by me. I wanted to take a picture as well. At least my idea wasn't total disbrand. Alright, ready? The boys nodded, prepare for a photo. Matthew and Damien quickly struck a pose while eager the elder brothers stood as they could. Say perfect.
Perfect!
At the moment of rest, the memories on my phone forever. I was happy to share the moment with the boys. They had come into my life and changed it for the better. My heart felt warm at the thought of being able to have a new light with them beside me. This indeed was a perfect service. Alright. That is all of it. Goodbye.